All right, now it's amusing story time before we start chapter 5.
Okay.
I believe I've told you about him. There was this fellow that was in my life for a while, and
Mhm.
he was interested in getting to know me a bit better than I wanted to get to know him.
Mhm.
And one of the things that was kind of instrumental in me keeping him at arm's length was the fact that he never listened to what anybody else really cared about. He just wanted to sort of shove everything he cared about onto everybody else.
Yeah.
So when the whole Harry Potter series started, I was just kind of cautiously curious because it kind of hit big, and I thought, well, that might be charming, making people interested in magic again, and getting them sort of a sense of wonder and everything. This dude shoved it down my throat so bad that, like, for years, I could not say the name Harry Potter
Mhm.
without basically having to suppress a gag reflex. And I wish I would, but I'm not. Like, all of my contempt for the story and the author aside,
Yeah.
what he kind of forced on me was just like, oh my God, I hate Harry Potter. I hate Harry Potter.
Yeah, no. My brother's the same way. It's everything. I hate Star Wars because of him. I cannot enjoy anything Star Wars. It doesn't matter that I do see that it's a pretty good film, and I know a lot of people like it, and it has its merits. It has some flaws, but I just hate it. I hate Star Wars and everything to do with Star Wars, and I wish to never speak of Star Wars again. I'm just so sick of Star Wars because,
And the poop story didn't really help.
yeah, well, I thought, I don't like Star Wars, but maybe this will be dumb enough that I can laugh at and make some jokes, and at least I know about Star Wars. For as much as I hate it and have it shoved down my throat, I know about Star Wars, and maybe I can make some witty comments there. That was a bad idea because that story was terrible, but
Yeah, I mean,
I know how that is.
yeah, I mean, for years, I would literally I would not say Harry Potter. I would say Harry fucking Potter. I would never say the name by itself. I would always say Harry fucking Potter because he had really just completely just destroyed what little amusement I ever got out of that series.
Mhm.
But about 1 year, when we knew each other, because we were acquainted for a few years. He was local, and I didn't have anything else on, so I was I wasn't busy with all kinds of things. So.
Yeah.
But anyway, one Halloween, he decided, well, we need to go out. We should all dress up and go to the old city and just have some fun. And so he wanted everybody to do like a sort of Harry Potter theme. And I was like, well, I usually just dress as a witch for Halloween. It's sort of a tradition of mine. So I thought, well, I'll go out, for the fun. I think it was a Saturday or something like that. But on the day of course, I'll be at home and I'll be dressed as a witch and I'll give out candy, whatever. We never get too many trick-or-treaters, so usually it's just me sitting around the house looking like a witch. So, but this 1 year, so we were thinking about how we could dress up, and I was thinking, I really don't want a costume. I don't want to rent a costume. I definitely don't want to buy a costume that I'm never going to use again.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, if you could just get me like something that would be like a wizardly sort of costume. He had the idea that I could go as Dumbledore. Well, and that was okay by me. I was fine by that.
Hold on a minute, Hushicho. Please continue.
All right, you recording again?
Yeah, I've been recording. I just left.
Oh, all right. Well, so I basically ended up agreeing to go to this little venture as Dumbledore, and the others were various other characters. And I even put forth the extra effort. I got some lemon drops because Dumbledore always had lemon sherbet, lemon drops, I believe. So I had that, and but he got me this ridiculously bushy beard and wig, and the beard wasn't particularly long. It was just like this very grand sort of, I don't know. It looked like something out of Maurice Sendak's the Nutcracker. It was just this curled white beard. It was very hot too, and the wig was enormously hot. And of course, their sort of crushed velvet robes were not relieving the heat at all. But like we even ran into like people dressed up as Harry fucking Potter, and I think one person knew I was supposed to be Dumbledore. Everybody else either thought that I was supposed to be Santa Claus. What was it? They thought I was Santa Claus, despite the fact that I was wearing robes and no hat and like had lemon drops. Someone thought I was supposed to be God. I mean, nobody recognized, despite the fact that we were all dressed up as some sort of Harry Potter character. Nobody recognized me as Dumbledore. Everybody thought I was some other like magical, mythological character. But I don't know, whatever. But yeah, I was either Santa Claus or God.
Well, if you're God.
Yeah, we've got problems. I'd just like to start now by apologizing for a certain amount of things. We could be here for some time. Chapter 5.
Wait, is this me or you?
It's me.
It is? Because I thought...
You just said, what the hell are you doing?
Oh, right. Okay. Sorry, the small break got me confused.
It's all right. Author's note. Stop flaming. If you flam, it mends your reproposal. The only reason Dumbledore swore as cause he had a hitch, okay, on top of that, he was mad at them for having sex. Until I get 5 good revoyos. Oh, I get the 666. Okay.
Yay!
666. Dumbledore made Draco and I follow him. He kept shouting at us angrily. You ludicrous fools, he shouted. Well, actually, that's not how you spell it. But okay. She's pooping bloody tears. I started to cry tears of blood down my pallid face. Draco comforted me. When we went back to the castle, Dumbledore took us to Professor Snape and Professor McGonagall. Why would he take them? Who were both looking very angry.
Yeah, I don't know why Professor McGonagall would be there, because she has nothing to do with Slytherin.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be... I think it's just like, oh, well, she was also prominent in the... But there are like dozens of other instructors.
Yeah.
I mean, there are dozens of other instructors other than Snape as well. I mean, it's just... Oh, well, anyway. Let me try and put on some sort of a dramatic voice. See if I can do my best. This will be funny. They were having sexual intercourse in the Forbidden Forest, he yelled in a furious voice. Why did you do such a thing, you mediocre dunces? Asked Professor McGonagall. How dare you? Demanded Professor Snape.
I'm not going to try that hard when I'm reading lines.
And then Draco shrieked, because I love her.
I want to start doing quotes from Cloud's reading so bad.
Everyone was quiet. Dumbledore and Professor McGonagall looked mad. Yes, I'll bet they did. But Professor Snape said, fine, very well. You may go up to your room.
Yeah, that's not a bad Snape. Now every time I read a Yowie or Het Snape fanfiction, I need you to be doing Snape's voice in the background. Find somebody to play Hermione or Harry or something. That'd be fantastic.
I can be Hermione. Hi, I'm Hermione. I'm having some hormonal problems. Your understanding is appreciated.
Your appreciation is understanding.
Whatever. Whatevs, I do what I want. Okay.
Fuck you, go home.
What the hell are you doing, you motherfucker? All right. That could in a way be like, sort of like the one-liner to advertise for us doing this. What the fuck are you doing, you motherfucker?
Just have epic music and then, what the hell are you doing, you motherfuckers?
Yes, that would be perfect.
And just like flash up a picture of Dumbledore and flash away from it.
I'm sure you could find a picture of Dumbledore looking suitably appalled. So.
This is not good, I tell you.
It is a feces.
I could be fired for that, even though I'm the headmaster.
Okay.
Everyone was quiet. Oh wait,
Yes.
no, I think you
Yes.
said that.
Draco and I went upstairs while the teachers glared at us. Are you okay, Ebony? Draco asked me gently. Yeah, I guess, I lied. I went to the girl hair, hopefully not with the same implement, and changed into a low-cut black floor-length dress with red lace all around it and black high heels, because you wear black high heels when you're just relaxing. Well, I guess if you're Morticia Adams, you do, but when I came out...
Of what? The closet? The bathroom? The bedroom? A kitchen?
When Draco was standing in front of the bathroom, fapping furiously, spraying urine everywhere.
Wait, peeing and fapping at the same time?
Yes, well, he didn't get it hard yet, so he was adding a little bit of extra adventure to it. We're so off script.
Like waste anymore. We're done with that after reading Star Turds.
Oh my god. Draco was standing in front of the bathroom and he started to sing I Just Want to Live by Good Charlotte. I was so flattered, or at least I would have been if he could carry a tune in a bucket, but unfortunately he can't, so I was...
And it had picked a song that was more appropriate to what was going on to this.
I was so flattered, even though he wasn't supposed to be there, and even though he probably should not technically have even been physically able to enter, because they have magical measures, again, at Hogwarts. Anyway, we hugged and kissed. After that, we said goodnight, and he reluctantly went back into his room.
Because his room is just next to yours, through a door. Chapter 6, Author's Note. Shit up, preps, okay. P.S. I wouldn't update, what the crap. Still, you give me good revolves.
Good.
XXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXX
no.
I can't do that. I will bite my tongue eventually. The next day, I woke up in my coffin. Well, I would imagine so, since you stated that's where you slept. I put on a black miniskirt that was all ripped around the end, and a matching top with red skulls all over it, and high-heeled boots that were black.
Then I put on pasties with tassels right on the tips of my tits. And
So no one would know that they were laser tits.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I was gonna say laser tits! I love you!
I told my mother about that, and she's like, I would have loved to have heard that, but that was hilarious. I'm like, I was telling Mom, I'm like, but I didn't have pew pew sounds, so I just made sound effects myself. I put on 2 pairs of skull earrings and 2 crosses in my ears. Aren't you a vampire? So wouldn't that hurt you?
Well, maybe she isn't affected by crosses. Some of them aren't affected by holy symbols, and
Well,
sometimes it takes actual belief in the holy symbols.
yeah, and then depending on the mythology or fantasy world, it might be different kinds of holy symbols and the like. But anyway, uh, I spray painted my hair with purple.
I hope you used actual hair dye and not just like paint.
Well, considering the intelligence of this story,
Unfortunately,
they
when I
do-
tested it, the little nozzle thing was the wrong way around, so I suddenly had new eyeshadow. It was really cool, but it was a little bit too street for me. So,
Did you know you can dye your hair with Kool-Aid?
yes, you can. Just make sure you don't go out in the rain.
I didn't know that until like found a random tutorial of that on YouTube, and I was like, huh, I wouldn't have thought you could do that. Also, kiwi and strawberry Kool-Aid is delicious. You should go pick some of that up, everybody, and drink it. I was not paid for that advertisement.
Rub it all over your naked body. We don't care.
Just buy a lot of it. In the great hall, I about said the great howl. In
I'm afraid I can't let you do that, Cassie.
I really can't let you do that, Cassie. I'd be like, you fucking computer, you suck. In the Great Hall, I ate some Count Chocula cereal with blood instead of milk, and a glass
That
of red
would be so gross.
Maybe
That's
it's
just
delicious
disgusting.
higher, though I don't know why they'd be eating Count Chocula when they should just be eating the milk. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm just appalled. Like, I like Count Chocula. Like, how could they do that to Count Chocula?
Ate Count Chocula. Ow.
And you know what's really sad? Well, maybe it's just not sad. Maybe it's just infuriating. But, like, if you compared Count Chocula and this bitch, Count Chocula would be the more faithful vampire.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, let's just be honest here. Count Chocula is a more legit vamp than this woman.
Yeah. Suddenly, someone bumped into me. All the blood spilled over my top. Bastard! I shouted angrily. I regretted saying it when I looked up because I was looking into the pale white face of a gothic boy with spiky black hair with red streaks in it. He was wearing so much eyeliner that I was going down his face, and he was like lipstick.
I feel very uncomfortable.
He didn't have glasses anymore, and now he was wearing red contact lenses just like Draco's, and there was no scar on his forehead anymore.
So basically you've taken away his entire history and destiny, and he has either plucked out Draco's eyes or stolen his red contact lenses.
Yes.
And you are going down on his face.
Yes.
Yes.
He had a manly stubble on his chin. He had a sexy English accent. Well, I would think so, considering he's English.
He had a floppity dick and was flinging it everywhere. He dipped it in my Count Chocula, and all was forgiven.
He looked exactly like Joel Madden.
No, he fucking didn't. I don't even know who Joel fucking Madden is. I presume it's the dude that was in the group, in the musical group that she has the cha-chas for. But like, and when you say Madden, I always think of John Madden because that's the only Madden that I really know.
Every time I hear Madden, I think football, and so I get
Yeah, exactly. I think of John Madden. And that advert where he couldn't get it right. He couldn't get the lines right, and the woman in the red sports car would stop by the side of the road, and he would try to sell her paint. He kept fucking up his lines. They had to do it like 50 times because he couldn't get his lines right. So yes, Harry Potter looks like John Madden and is dipping his penis into a breakfast cereal.
He was so sexy that my body went all hot when I saw him kind of like an erection, only I'm a girl, so I didn't get one, you sicko.
We never said you did.
I'm so sorry, he said in a shy voice. That's all right. What's your name? I questioned. My name's Harry Potter, although most people call me Vampire these days, he grumbled. Why, I exclaimed, because I love the taste of human blood, he giggled.
Yeah, because Harry Potter would just suddenly acquire the taste of human blood.
And do this openly.
Yes, yes, because it's totally permissible to drink human blood if you're a student at Hogwarts. I don't know, I wouldn't put it past them. They got a fucking giant snake that will eat you.
Cool after the first book, when that one dude and Voldemort were doing it with unicorns.
I don't remember that, but you saying that one dude and Voldemort were doing it with unicorns really makes my mind go in very impure places, I have to say.
The plot of the first movie? Like, something about half-life or something like that, and they had to drink the blood of unicorns?
I honestly don't remember. I honestly don't remember very well, except for, like, the Lego version.
Well, if anybody's a Harry Potter fan and could talk about that, if you have any idea what I'm talking about. Maybe I remember something else. I don't know. Well, I am a vampire, I confessed.
Maybe we're just gonna, have this side story as a context to this universe, where what's his face, who was like the head host for Voldemort, was a serial unicorn fucker. Yeah. That's what really happened. There wasn't actually any sort of big showdown or anything. That's what they just said. We can't keep you on. We know what you've been doing. We can't keep you on here.
Those poor little unicorns.
There have been whispers in the town, and we just can't afford it.
They were so defenseless.
The way that they found him out was that, since unicorns basically shit rainbows, they basically inspected all the todgers of the faculty. And of course he couldn't hide the fact that his was just like this bright rainbow wiener. and that's what felled Voldemort. That was his critical miscalculation, was rainbow wiener. So.
Well, I am a vampire, I confessed. Really? He whimpered. Yeah, I roared.
What the hell? Really? He whimpered? Yeah, I roared. Really? Yeah!
Yeah!
Yeah! Go!
We sat down and talked for a while. Then Draco came up behind me and told me he had a surprise for me, so I went away with him.
As you would do in that sort of situation. Every time I see someone having a surprise, I think of, like, this fellow I used to know. And, the term short has caught on. But when he was little, and he said this throughout his life, because when he was little, he, like, if you made a critical miscalculation about flatulence, he would say, "Oh, I farted and it came with a surprise." So it's sort of like Draco came and said he had a surprise. And I told him to go to his room and clean up and change his pants because I wasn't going anywhere with him. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Okay.
Chapter 7. Bring me to life. Or, wait.
I was going to say,
I keep getting confused because these are so short. And I'm like, wait, didn't I just finish reading the other chapter?
Chapter 7. Bring me to life. Bring me to life. Not just one life. Bring me to life.
Yes, 2 lives. We need a 1-up mushroom here, stat. Mario is currently deceased.
Author's note. Well, okay, you guys. I'm only writing this because I got 5 gold reviews.
They were very good.
BTW, I won't write the next chapter till I get 10, like
yes,
tin
like
foil?
10.
Till I get 10 godvons. God? What the hell is godvons? Stow flaming or ill report you.
Because you're a dick and criticized my work.
Ebony isn't a Marie Sue, okay? She isn't perfect. She's a Satanitz. And she has problems.
God bless you, Satan, everyone.
She's depressed for God's sake.
So I don't know why we would say God's sake, because she doesn't believe, in God. She believes in the devil. So shouldn't that be for Satan's sake?
Oh, I don't know.
It doesn't really fucking matter. But anyway.
Who cares?
A bunch of X's, 666, a bunch of X's, Z, a bunch of X's.
Yes, I did say that,
Oh, did you?
Yes,
I was just looking at that like, for God's sake, what?
I don't know where that Z came from, but there it is, so...
We wanted it there.
I get the special one. Draco and I held our pale white hands with black nail polish as we went upstairs. I was wearing red Satanist sings on my nails in red nail polish. Author's note, see does that sound like a Marusu to you.
But, well, it definitely sounds like a dumbass who can't write.
I waved to Vampire, not Harry, but Vampire. Dark misery was in his depressed eyes.
Why?
I guess he was jealous of me that I was going out with Draco. Oh my.
Who gives a shit?
So, he wanted to go out with Draco? What are you saying here? Anyway, I went upstairs excitedly with Draco. We went into his room and locked the door. Then, we started Frenching passively? How do you do that passively? Do you just sort of stick your tongue out and hope?
Yes. Hope the other takes advantage.
I'm not really going to contribute to this. I'm just going to stick out my tongue and just whatever happens is going to happen.
We're going to have sex again. Really? Okay.
Well, my legs are spread. That's the only commitment that I need to have to this. And we took off each other's clothes enthusiastically. So I guess the Frenching was not quite what they wanted, but the stripping was there.
Yes.
He felt me up before I took off my top, because that's essential to note. Then I took off my black leather bra. Who wears a leather fucking bra? That makes about as much sense as wearing leather underpants. Seriously, that's horrible.
Somebody somewhere probably does.
Probably. We went on the bed.
Wait, you took off his pants.
Oh, and he took off his pants. We knew he was going to do
that. That was an essential part of the story, okay?
Just as essential as her foundation. We went on the bed. In fact, we went all over it. We shat on the walls. We did everything. The same
problem that Twilight had.
Yes, but it wasn't Twilight that had that problem. It was that what was her name? It was some
Veronica or something.
Yes, Veronica.
Edward had the muscles problem.
Veronica's pissed everywhere. Anyway, and started making out naked, and then he put his boy's thingy in mine. He put his boy's thingy in your boy's thingy?
Yes.
Were you docking? Was that what you were doing? I mean, she had previously said she didn't have a penis, and now she's going back on her word. I don't know what to believe anymore. And we had sex, as you would when you put one boy's thingy in another boy's thingy. Stupid. Well, you don't really want me to answer that question, do you, Doc?
I think we should, in great detail. Ow.
I'm not sure it deserves great detail.
Well, we might actually be glad that they're not going into great detail. That we get this very vague sentence about them having sex, maybe, and boy thingies.
Yes. Right in the pooper. Anyway, oh, Draco, I screamed.
Right, the hairy pooper.
That was a good one. Hats off to you. Hats off.
Well, we will be doing that next, so...
What?
I thought weren't we going to be doing that next? Your story?
Oh! I wasn't
I'll name drop it right here, right now.
sure what you were referring to. Put a saddle on him and ride him around like pigs.
Put a saddle on him, ride him around like a pig.
Oh my. Oh, Draco, Draco, I screamed while getting an orgasm when all of a sudden I farted. And then, no, all of a sudden I saw a tattoo I had never seen
We
before
had to eat it.
I saw a tattoo I had never seen before on Draco's arm. It was a black heart with an arrow through it. On it, in bloody Gothic writing, were the words, vampire. Vampire is only one word.
Yes.
Anyway, I was so angry.
So remember to what you said earlier. Was he jealous she was going out with Draco?
Yes, and
There's your answer.
I made that whole joke about him going down on Harry. Anyway. Jumping out of the bed. Out of the bed. Not off the bed. Out of the bed. She exploded out of the bed dramatically. No, but you don't understand, Draco pleaded. But I knew too much.
So do we.
No, you fucking idiot, I shouted. You probably... What? What is wrong with you? Seriously, what is wrong with this guy? Oh my god, that's so offensive. That's just like, oh my god. Like, what in the fuck is wrong with this woman? Ugh. That's just tacky. That's just tacky. I put on my clothes all huffily and then stomped out. Draco ran out even though he was naked, because he would just do that.
Yes.
He had a really big you-know-what, but I was too mad to care. He had a big sphincter. He had a big...
Had a big mole on his left leg.
He had a big right nipple.
Had big boobs? What? Had big what? If you got a boys thingy, he can sure probably have a boob. Have a boob. He has one big boob. In fact, he has one big boob.
I was imagining him running out, everything else is normally proportioned. And he's got like this 36 double D tit on one side. Only one. My secret shame. So that's why he hates everybody. He's got one huge tit. Everybody that knows he hates. Okay, I stomped out and did so until I was in Vampire's classroom. She was stomping out the whole time until she got to the classroom, where she apparently stomped out of something into the classroom, where he was having a lesson with Professor Snape and a curious vibrating in it.
And some other people that...
Other people that just don't fucking matter. Vampire Potter, you motherfucker! I yelled.
Did you even know what class he was at? You just met him. How would you know that?
Let me be the first to say that Snape, of all people, probably would not be too agreeable to someone going into his class
and
without permission.
These at somebody, yeah.
Yes, going into his class without permission, going up to one of his students who's probably in the middle of doing something crucial and calling him a motherfucker at the top of your lungs. Probably not the best way to get off.
Snape would probably kick your ass out of there and maybe do some weird spell thingy where you can't do anything or even speak and take you straight to somewhere where they take crazy bad students like you. I don't know. I was going to say take you to see Dumbledore, but I'm like, well, that's not exactly the same as a principal, is it? I mean...
Yes, well, he is the headmaster, so he could definitely discipline you. So, I mean, that would be reasonable. Or they could just flush you down the toilet into the Chamber of Secrets and have the giant snake eat you.
Yeah. That too. All those are perfectly, reasonable punishments.
I wish they'd done that with this one. Let's just make our own Chapter 8. And Snape took her down to the Chamber of Secrets and fed her to the snake. The end.
Yeah!
Yeah! That was great. I loved it.
I did too.
All over my tits. Now,